Hey, how's it going, universe? Welcome to another episode of Zoobox, a podcast about nonsense, much of which you're about to hear. Nonsense going on around the world. We have royalty dead.
Yep.
We have American royalty. We got British royalty dead on the same day, competing for the
DMX.
headlines. DMX and Prince Charles?
Something like that.
Prince
Wait,
Murphy?
DMX died?
Yeah,
Yeah.
DMX. Yeah. I don't know how
Oh.
he died. You know how he died?
COVID vaccine, dude. Got him. Got his ass, dude.
I wonder what it was. I don't know.
Well, originally it was reported that he OD'd on something, had a heart attack, and then went into a coma. And then his family today released a statement that he had gotten the COVID vaccine on like Monday. And they're saying he's never had a heart attack before, which is like, well, I mean, if you're doing drugs and doing meth, I don't know.
I mean, is that what they said, though? That's what the family said.
That's what somebody, I think his sister or somebody released a statement saying because they were like, trying to figure out what was the cause of death. And they mentioned DMX had taken the COVID vaccine, and that just means Alex Jones is right.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say this. Hey, have you ever seen the movie where the guy takes the magic pill and like his life becomes way better? He becomes like super smart.
Oh, you're talking
Limitless.
Limitless. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I've been taking a lot of Delta 8, and that's how I feel.
That's how you feel?
Actually, that's how Mike's been defeating COVID. He's never got.
No, but dude, seriously, man, that Delta 8 stuff like that, like, I don't know. For me, man, it just
Yeah.
it unlocks things. It's just weird.
So do you prefer that to getting like regular?
Yeah, because it's way different. I can like function. I can like go do things. And,
Yeah, the edibles are better, dude.
And Dan,
Edibles
like
are
I could just
always
like
better.
pop one
Yep.
at like 2 p.m. or 12 p.m. and be fine and just like do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
If you only
can
take
function.
one, you're just gonna have that nice lightness to you. A little
Yeah.
pep in your step, and
Oh, it's great.
things are a little bit funnier.
I just like it's almost like I feel like limitless. I just feel like everything's better. And I feel like I'm smarter. I feel like my brain can take in. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah,
but-
like your doors of perception have been opened. Like you're
Yeah.
experiencing things differently. It's a different point of view. You're thinking about things in a different way,
yeah.
I mean, like it all started with cocktail, okay? And now it's just gone from there. It was the funniest thing. I don't know if we've said this on the regular podcast, but if people haven't watched it, go check out. Mike and I did a Zoobox Goes to the Movies about cocktail. But both of us, the first time we watched it, did Delta 8. And I did it like a lot. Like I did like 2 or 3, like when I watched it. And we both had the same reaction where it's like, we're like, there's no way that movie was that crazy. We must have just been really high and had to rewatch it the next day to make sure. But it really was.
Yeah.
Cocktail really is that crazy. But like when I was so high, I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
But I love Delta 8, man. I love it. I just feel like it's
good, man.
really makes my life better.
I take it every night almost.
Well, dude, I'll take it like in the morning, like 8 a.m.
Just pop it in, huh?
Well, you're
Pick it up.
you're doing like one though, right?
Yeah, just like one.
Or two.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes
one
two.
at a time. One at a time, right?
Yes, most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not all the same. Like Sean, like you were saying, like
Yeah.
some brands are more than others.
Yes. I know.
That the Koi brand is the best I've had.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
yeah.
you about that. Yeah, because you had ordered some, right?
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, I ordered it, but like they're cracking down, man. I guess they raided one of the stores around here.
Oh, really?
For what
this
reason?
for Delta
Yeah.
8.
Well, this is what
It
it
happened
looks
in
like,
South Carolina too.
Get it while it's good, everybody.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yes.
order that.
Shit, yeah, we better get
Yeah.
online and order a bulk supply.
Because
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Honestly, man, like I'll just and like I was telling Dan, like I'll pop one in like an hour before jiu-jitsu class, and then right when jiu-jitsu state gets rolling, it starts to kick in because it takes a
Yeah.
little bit, 45 minutes for it to kick in,
Yeah.
and then I love it, dude. It makes like everything kind of like slow down, but it does mess with your heart rate a little bit.
Yes, it does. I've noticed
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I
It does
did
mess
feel
with
that
your heart
too.
rate.
Did you ever have to? I've had to get up and like walk around because I could feel my heart beating in my chest, and I'm like, oh, I need to fucking.
Well, mine's
go
more
walk
like if I
around.
was doing jiu-jitsu, it would be getting too high too quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. That's a pretty common side effect I've heard is the is the heart rate thing, which who the fuck knows? Like, it's only been around for like a year and a half. It's really only been on the market for like 9 months.
Maybe it's like Limitless.
Maybe it is, Michael. Maybe we're the chosen ones, you know?
Maybe. If you guys want to watch like a trash movie, watch Thunder Force on Netflix. That movie is the one so trash.
The Melissa McCarthy.
It is probably one of the worst movies. It's like, it's not one of the. I mean, you laugh a couple times because she's comedic. She's got some spunk to her. Like she's not awful. It's just like they keep making these awful movies, man.
Oh, I know.
Well, it's her.
It's I found out like Limitless.
It's her. Yeah, kind of right, but with superpowers. But like it's her husband. It's like Ben Falcone or whatever. The guy that's like in all of the movies. He writes and directs like all of them. So he did like Tammy, The Boss. Student of the Year or whatever, the one when the mom goes to the college with her daughter, like all of the worst ones, all of like kind of the bad ones.
Kind of makes me feel.
But they guess they make money. I mean, they guess they do okay. But
well, this is Netflix, so they must have bought it, I guess, or something. I have no idea.
She might have everybody's got to deal with fucking Netflix now. I mean, they
but
just
I can say
Craig
this though. I can say this honestly. At least it's something new. It's not like it's a new story. Like, I hate to say that, but everything is so regurgitated. And it's all the same shit.
You know what you could have spent that time watching? You know what's on Amazon Prime right now?
Cocktail.
Fucking Cliffhanger, dude.
Oh shit,
dude! And you have a 4K TV. There's a UHD version on Amazon that's part of Prime.
And I have unlimited internet. I watched Presumed Innocent. That was dude, Harrison Ford movies in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, they're good.
Dude, they're fun. They're trash. They're trash.
No, they're good, Dan.
No, but they're like trash movies, like they're action throwaway movies. Like, you're not like, listen, I watched the one. Did you ever see The Witness, Michael? About the Amish boy?
No.
Like, basically this Amish kid witnesses a murder and like I don't know. It's just so cheesy. Like, it's so it's just cheesy and corny, and that's fine. But it doesn't mean they're bad.
Some of it's a little bit of its time, right? It's like that 80s vibe.
Yes, it's the music. The music, like,
there's very much
my mind.
There was a period of time where they would crank out these fucking thrillers. Thrillers, like,
dude,
10
there's
a
another
year.
one, Frantic. It's on HBO Max.
Actually, Frantic is really good though. That's Roman Polanski, but it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. Another Kid Diddler. A talented man though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the movie that I used to like back then of Harrison Ford.
The Fugitive, when he's like the doctor and he's on the run. He's in the prison bus and it like
he's like in Europe.
No,
you're talking about Patriot Games.
Yeah,
with Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
the Irish, the IRA.
Yeah,
dude. Yes, I love that. Was fun, dude.
That's a good movie.
Fun. And then there's the second one, which is what's the second one, Sean?
Clear and Present Danger.
Clear and Present Danger. That movie is such trash, but it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like Jack Ryan is like the deputy secretary of national intelligence, whatever. He's like flying in helicopters in Mexico fighting the cartel.
Well, that is like, in fairness, that is how those fucking Tom Clancy novels are. Like, they're all like that. I remember when I was a kid, I had audio cassettes. I think Dad had them, but like he borrowed them from Grandpa and never gave them back. With like a couple Tom Clancy things. So I was like 10 years old, like just sitting in my room for 18 hours listening to Tom Clancy books. And like that's how they are. They're very like heightened, like kind of ridiculous.
And that's where Sean gained his depression. Right.
Yeah,
there.
right then and there. I saw how dark it could really get out there. I saw how dark it could be.
I've been watching a lot of classics. I think you and Mike kind of inspired Sean's like movie reviews kind of inspired me to go back, and which I know you haven't watched. I know you haven't watched Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
I haven't.
Dude,
Mike, you would love it.
I did. I'm gonna watch it. I just haven't had the opportunity to do it yet. We've been busy. We've been
watching Crocodile Dundee too, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, so fuck you.
Get
out of here.
Look out! Coming up soon on Zoobox Goes to the Movies.
No, but here's the thing, Dan. I have to rewatch Crocodile Dundee 2 because I just threw it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like the movie.
You caught up. Yeah, I get it.
Because I was like in and out of that movie. The movie that you recommended, Washington Goes to New York.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Close enough.
All right, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I'm gonna have to be dialed in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. Dude, take a little Delta 8. Watch
not
that
too
movie.
long though. Yeah, it's not too long.
It's 2
I
hours.
ran out of Delta 8 yesterday. Took my last one.
I don't know why you just don't get a medical marijuana card. I don't know why you don't try.
I don't want the government knowing.
they know. Are you buying Delta 8 with your debit card?
Yeah, you walk into a security camera.
Cash, nothing but cash.
Mike goes in with like a fucking Trump hat on, so you can't see his face.
Yeah, just to be inconspicuous.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's one of those. I cried 3 times the first time, 3 or 4 times the first time I watched it. It's so good, man. It's all right. I talk about it like basically 3 episodes in a row now, but I'm just saying, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is on HBO Max. It's also on Amazon Prime. You do have to rent it there, but if you want to fall in love with America all over again, that's the movie.
It's get that Jimmy Stewart stutter. It ain't right.
I declare. I don't know. I can't do it. His monologues are some of the best monologues I've ever heard in a film. Now, it's like,
hey, you know what's a really good TV series on Netflix? Well, it's not really like the acting isn't that good, but it's a cool story. Okay. I forget what it's even called, but it's about these people, about these 2 couples, and they go around like back in like the 70s, and they're like murdering and drugging like hippie people that are like backpacking over in like Hong Kong and like Nepal. It's based on a true story.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see what it's called. It's like the story's really great.
Who Murdered Sarah something or something? Like I saw something on Netflix.
I think that's what it might be called. Something weird.
Something like that. Yeah, I think I saw the title. I didn't like click on it. It's like a TV series. A limited series.
It's like 10 series. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty. It looks okay. But did you hear what?
It's good.
What's it called? Do you know? Do you have it?
Oh, it's called The Serpent.
Oh, The Serpent. I saw that. It's pretty good.
Did you? Well, the story's really good. Like, it's interesting that somebody back in like the 70s, like these 2 weird and like their third kick, like Indian guy, they're like drugging. They're basically like drugging backpackers that are traveling that have money, that are like pretending to be hippies, but they have money. You know, like you see like those Trustafarians, like I told you guys about on like the Appalachian Trail. They're like, they have money, but they want to live like a hippie.
Yeah, I know.
And they spot those kind of people out, and what they do is they drug them, they get them really sick, and then they steal their passports. And this guy's like he's like a world-class like fraud. He can like take passports and put his image on them.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, and like sew all this stuff into it and like do all this weird stuff to their passports. And so he has like 80 different passports. And then what they do is they drug these people, they make them sick, they steal all their stuff, then they lead them out of like their hotel complex thing and just like go somewhere out in Hong Kong or like Nepal and light them on fire and kill them.
Whoa. Jeez.
Yeah.
Quite the escalation.
Quite the escalation.
No, it's really cool. And like this guy like avoided and got away, and
okay,
it's pretty cool.
I'll have to check that out.
Basically what Mike is saying, he enjoys when violent murderers escape for his entertainment.
No, I think that's why Mike likes to backpack. Like,
do you think he's one of them? Is Mike,
are
you the serpent? Is this a fantasy you have?
No, but it's cool, like how he. Nowadays it's probably a lot harder.
I'll teach you Trustafarians to come and sully this experience.
Yeah,
how dare you?
And the guy's like a fraud. He's like a fraud. He's just like a fraud expert.
He's a con man. He's a con.
Yeah, he's a con man. Yeah, and he sells like diamonds and stuff, like fake diamonds and
legend.
Yeah,
and he murders people by lighting them on fire. But
him and his lover, and then like this weird Indian dude that's with them.
They just be fucking, dude. Is it a guy? Is it like a gay thing?
No, not in the movie.
But in real life, there was some gay.
I don't know. I never heard that. I never heard that the Indian was sleeping with the other guy.
I mean, I imagine if that was really the deal, they would have totally put that in a Netflix show.
Oh yeah, right now, especially
there'd be scenes of them butt fucking every 2 episodes.
Well, it just sucks because I was
like hard.
I was watching Thunder Force, and I'm like, I see some potential, like slight potential. I just keep thinking this movie would be better if they were dudes. Couldn't help it. like as the main characters.
Oh yeah, dudes rock.
Like, dude, but it's just the overplayed jokes of like, oh my god, they're trying to fit into like a fancy car and they're just kind of fat and they can't, and it's like a minute, and you're like, come on, dude, like this is comedy,
physical humor.
Sean,
if it was two fat guys,
then it would be funny.
Okay, so if it was like Eddie Murphy in a fat suit playing both of the characters.
Yeah, but it's been so done. Like all these jokes have been so overdone. I'm done. Okay, make me laugh. Like Bridesmaids was funny. That's a funny movie.
Yeah, it's too long, but it's funny generally.
Yeah, but it has its moments when she's like, "Oh, it's coming out like lava," and she's like in the sink, like taking a shit. Like that's funny. That was actually the first movie I've seen with her.
Scatological humor,
yeah. I mean, but hey, it's a good movie. I would give that like a 7 for a comedy, 6 or 7.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but
I mean, it's got all those awful like story sequences, like romance and stuff, like just dumb shit, like
dumb shit. People meeting, and getting happy. I don't like it.
Yeah,
not for me.
No.
Not for me.
No, but I just haven't seen a movie in a while like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington to blow your mind.
Yeah, it's a classic. I'm telling you, man.
What about Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny? I watched that the other night.
See, he's saying he doesn't have any time, and he's like, "Hey, man,
you gotta be in the mood when you go watch a serious film. Sometimes you want something light, you want something you don't.
I didn't even finish that movie, Tenacious D.
That's awful. It's not even funny.
It's funny, Shark. Come on,
dude. It's been a long time.
It has moments.
It has some funny moments.
I saw that shit in the movie theater, and I remember walking out of it being like, "Damn, that was kind of fucking lame."
Well, I was on Delta 8, but try it.
Oh, maybe then. You know what you should revisit if you haven't watched in a long time? Reno 911 Miami. That's pretty.
That's a good show. Speaking of, your police.
That's on my end.
Oh shit, Florida man.
Yeah, dude's doing meth or something, ripping.
But come on, man, that has some funny moments. Sean, I think if you rewatch it, it has some funny moments.
Yeah, in fairness, it's been like 15 years since I've watched it. So.
How have you?
I haven't seen it
since then.
Because I watched it in the theater. I bought the DVD.
Right.
And I watched it when I had it on DVD, and then I was like, I don't really like this movie, so why would I play it again?
Fair enough. I don't think it's. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's a masterpiece.
I like Tenacious D.
No, it's not.
Like that first album they put out. I mean, it's a classic. With Wonder Boy and shit. It's great.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wonder Boy. What is the secret to power?
That was kind of the thing. What was that guy? Stephen Lynch.
Oh, for a hot minute.
Ed.
Yeah, there was a moment.
Picked up a brick and hit him in the head or something.
Oh, Dan, you used to love that dude.
Yeah, dude. Stephen Lynch used to be hilarious. What was another one? Like he has to suck his grandfather's dick or something, or he's killing his grandfather. He's killing his grandfather.
He's hoping that his grandfather dies.
Yeah. Grandfather die. Why would be something like that? Yeah. That's a good one. What's another classic from him?
Craig Christ.
Jesus'
brother.
Yeah, he like.
I don't turn water into wine. I turn it into cold Coors Light.
That's yeah. Yeah, used to listen to that stuff all the time,
dude. I mean, it's a classic. Special Ed was like the one that
Special Ed was your favorite,
or the weird one with like the priests and shit, and the one about the guy like molesting his daughter or something. Like, there's some weird shit in there.
No, it's not about molesting his daughter. It's just like about an alcoholic dude who's explaining to his daughter why their mother left them because he's such.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, classic. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. I wonder what happened to Stephen.
I bet you he's still around. I bet you he still does stuff.
I mean, he must have made pretty good money, I think.
Novelty acts, like, they don't have like a really they hit a moment, they hit a zeitgeist, and they kind of fade away. Like people like somebody like Tenacious D has a leg up because Jack Black is very successful outside of Tenacious D. Yes. So whenever he wants to bring it back, and there's also automatic draw because people just like Jack Black, so he's like a known quantity. But Stephen Lynch, all he did was that. So it's not like he was an actor on top of it, and people liked him for that. So it's kind of your audience is a little more niche. And apparently the comedian community, comics, tend to look down on musical acts. They don't like them.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Some of them's funny. If it's funny, it's funny. Why do they care? It takes talent.
Dunham? What about Jeff Dunham?
Most people hate Jeff Dunham.
I don't like Jeff Dunham.
I don't like
his comedy.
I've never liked Jeff Dunham.
I never understood how he's the puppet guy. You know who the puppet guy is, man?
I've seen the puppet guy, but I've never actually listened to him.
He's not that funny to me. I mean,
I don't really like stand-up comedy in general.
Oh, what about Jeff Foxworthy? It was a class. I used to have a CD, dude. The Jeff Foxworthy.
I don't listen to like stand-up comedy like ever like that. Dude, I like comedy in movies.
Good for you.
Robin Williams live at the New York whatever.
I've never watched it.
Dude. One of the funniest stand-ups ever.
I probably watched 2 comedies in my life.
2 stand-ups?
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle? Which
one of Dave Chappelle's, and then like maybe like a Kevin Hart's, like a piece of it.
So you just like black comedy?
No, I just because those are like the big ones on Netflix at one time. And it was like when I got into Joe Rogan, they were always like talking about Dave Chappelle, and he just released a Netflix thing, and I was like, okay, but I just don't enjoy it.
Listen, I don't know how you can't. If you go back and listen to Dave Chappelle's older stuff, like Killing Them Softly, I can't remember the other one, but there's 2, and they're both freaking great, dude. Great album.
Yeah, I just don't enjoy like stand-up comedy. I guess I don't know. I just never get into it.
Dave Chappelle tells a story. Like that's what he's really.
Well, maybe I'll like it.
Like he can weave it together. Like I don't know. Like when he goes to the hood, like because his limousine driver is like, hey man, I gotta go make a stop, and like so he goes to make a stop. There's like a baby standing on the street corner, and he rolls his window down. He's like, hey baby, what are you doing? And he's like, you want some crack? The baby. It's like it's so good, dude. It's one of the one of the classics. It's one of the classics.
I like comedy and like movies. That's just I don't know.
So you're missing out. There's some great stand-up out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. How can you be like a Joe Rogan fanatic and like not like comedians? Half the people he talks to are stand-up comedians.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like them. It's I just don't enjoy stand-up comedy.
You don't like their art form.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like when Joey Diaz goes on like the podcast. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, but I don't. That's like his stand-up. I mean, a lot of times those guys go on there and they're kind of doing their bits a little bit, you know, because
but I've watched like Joey Diaz at like the Comedy Central or whatever on like YouTube, and I don't.
No, it's not good.
I don't think
Joey Diaz is not funny. Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Well, but I've watched a lot of people like that. Like I've watched stand-up comedy before. I just don't enjoy it.
But you have to watch the greats.
I have watched the greats. I've watched Dave Chappelle. I've watched Kevin Hart. I've seen Joe Rogan. I've seen, I don't know, a bunch of people. I just don't.
I'm questioning you. I'm disappointed.
Why?
Because I thought you respected great things.
No, it's not that I don't respect it, but I don't have to like it if I don't like. If I just don't enjoy it.
I'll say this though, like stand up as like an art form right now for the past couple of years is like dead. It's just not good. I have not seen a stand-up, like a modern stand-up that I've been like, wow, that's an all-timer. Like I got to watch that one again. Louis C.K. probably the closest. What he did 2015 or whatever it was.
What?
2016. It was like Louis C.K. 2016. That was like the name of the stand-up. It was right before he got in trouble.
No, I'm talking about the one after he got in trouble. That's still not bad.
Oh, Dan, I've also watched the guy from Boston too.
The what?
I've watched the guy from Boston.
The guy from Boston, Mark Wahlberg?
No, the stand-up comedian, Dan.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
That's like half of them, Michael.
No, the big guy with the bald head. He has his own podcast.
Oh, the guy used to hang out with.
He goes on Joe Rogan sometimes.
I know who you're talking about. I think
I can't think of it.
His wife is black.
Bill Burr. Bill Burr. Yeah, Bill Burr's funny though. I like Bill Burr a lot.
But his stand-ups have not been great. Like he is a funny person.
He's funny.
I've actually always.
When was his last stand-up?
A couple years ago. But I always thought that about Bill Burr. Like if you just get him in a room talking to the boys, the funniest fucking dude on the planet. His stand-up, it's always been kind of like
dude. What about
who's a good stand-up, Dan, that I would like? Because all the ones I've seen, I haven't enjoyed.
If you want to watch, there's a
besides Kevin Hart,
there's a guy that you can watch with the family.
No, just me.
No, I'm just saying, Jim Gaffigan. You could legitimately put that on. He doesn't cuss. None of his jokes are like ultra dirty or nasty.
No, Dan. Listen, you have to understand something right here. I'm trying to tell you that I do all the stand-up comedy that I've seen. I just don't enjoy like that kind of comedy. It's just like I just don't want to watch it.
I just don't. I think Dave
so.
Chappelle,
Who would be the good one to watch?
like an old Killing Them Softly by Dave Chappelle.
I'll watch it and I'll see if I like it.
I think it's hilarious. He's a genius.
It's up. That's up there probably of all time great specials. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that what they do isn't great. I'm just saying that
it's not your preference to listen to people just tell jokes. I got
yes. Yeah.
But I like a Dave Chappelle. It doesn't feel like a joke. I thought the last Aziz Ansari stand up that was on Netflix. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good. And he shits on everybody, and it's hilarious. But that's just, I know Sean doesn't necessarily enjoy that.
Oh, I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine.
You know, Sean, you just think everything's okay. It's like
most things are. The vast majority of things.
Fuck Bill Burr. He sucks.
If most things are just okay, that's what makes the exceptional things exceptional. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Most of the media we consume is like either bad or okay. Like,
hey, Sean.
What's up?
Do not listen to Brandon Schaub's stand-up.
Oh,
I did. I listened to somebody.
Feel bad for him.
I listened to somebody eviscerate it. I didn't actually.
Frequency. Beige frequency. Yeah.
He tore him like up. Not even in an aggressive way. He was just like, this dude's just a fucking meathead, and he shouldn't be doing this. And he's doing this because he's Joe Rogan's friend, and his star shot right up to the top. And I from what I understand, because of Brendan Schaub being in that circle. Like he got a pass. He got pushed to the front way before he was headlining with like big names before and there's a lot of resentment in the comic community about Brendan Schaub. That's why he doesn't really do much anymore. He's not. I wish he was talented. You know, I wish he was good at something.
Well, I mean, he's good at stuff. He's a great.
Well, he's good.
He's good at like breaking down sports. He has his food truck diaries. Brendan Schaub is like at least in the sport world, he's respected. I would say
he's a hard worker.
Yeah, he works a lot for sure.
I mean, but where's the respect for him getting up there and doing it, like and putting himself on the line?
Because they're saying that like you know what this is. It's just like anybody in any profession. Like you watch somebody like not pay their dues.
And he's not good at stand up,
and he's not good at it.
I felt bad for him. Honestly, I was watching this going, this is just hard to watch.
Like Joe Rogan, Rogan has co-signed this, and I feel like Joe Rogan. Maybe it was just a practical joke that him and his friends were playing on Brendan Schaub. Maybe making him think that he was good enough to stand with the Titans.
Sober October went too far.
What do you guys rate Joe Rogan? Because I listen to Joe Rogan stand up and I don't like it.
Like a 5.
Yeah, it's pretty middle of the road. Like I'm not gonna say, and that's one of the things when I hear him talk about comedy, I'm like, he is an expert, I guess. Like, you know, I guess.
I love when he gets all like he gets like super into like the process, like the writing pro. You know, I like to do when I write and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, Joe, you're repeating shit you say. I mean, granted, I know that it's not as easy as all that, but like his stand-up routine is like basically when he gets exacerbated on his podcast, talking about things that he thinks are crazy. Like there's memes about like Joe Rogan's stand-up because everything always he's like dude, like, aren't fucking apes crazy, dude?
Yeah.
Like, that's like, dude, there's something, isn't primal nature fucking insane, dude? I'll fucking beat somebody to death with their own giant log dick.
But as like a performer, his timing, it's good. Like, that's a well-refined hour. Like, I would say, like, he's on point. You just may not find his humor to be,
Yeah, but I find him funny on the podcast sometimes.
Yeah, naturally funny dude. Like, a guy that's like, hang out
like when he's like I know Mike wanted to talk about it when he was like talking shit to Eric Weinstein.
Oh, it's great, dude. Because those brothers, man. The Weinstein brothers. I used to like them, but I've started not to like them.
Why? What's going on? What's like? Which one are you talking? You're talking about Brett or Eric? Which one?
More Eric.
Okay, and Eric is the curly-haired fuck.
Yeah, the one that was on Joe Rogan. Me personally, I just feel like they're always bitching about how somebody screwed them, or they're always like, they're like, I never talk about this. I've never talked about this before, but I'm talking about it now. It's like, dude, my brother got fucked over, and his PhD paper,
which they've been talking about for 2.5 years. But yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. In their defense, like that thing he was talking about really had never been talked about on this.
Yeah, and then he's talking about like fucking magic, and he's like, he just like gets fucking crazy.
I think I would probably like. I would rather listen to Brett sometimes because he's way more like almost down to earth.
Me too.
but also very smart. And also, I feel like I'm learning something tangible a lot of times. I listen to Brett and his wife, Heather Hang. I feel like I'm coming away finding out something I didn't know before. With Eric, sometimes it's interesting, like on a base level, but it's just like I don't really know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
Okay,
he's got a learning disability. Give the guy a break.
He's got a squirrely eye.
Yeah. This is Eric Weinstein. He's like, why don't we, as scientists, have like a secret pub to go in and share idea? And it's just like, dude, I just don't get it. I'm like, it's like at one hand you're trying, so you want to like corner. If you have like a secret pub where only like scientists go,
it's
just like weird. I don't know.
It'd be called chemistry.
Are you saying you just don't like him, like as a person? You just don't enjoy?
No, I just feel like he's gone.
He's got Hollywood.
Like his fame has gotten to him too much.
He's gone Hollywood.
That's what I feel.
I think there's definitely some part of that, and that's why it's good having friends like Joe Rogan who'll humble him. Like he's like, dude, Tim Dillon was fucking with you. Chill. Like you've brought it up like for the third time.
Some things aren't funny.
Yeah, and he's like, oh well, I think he was actually trying to make a point there when I listened to it. But I think what he was talking about with those scientists and those like economic professors came together and basically all lied for profit or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
But then and then he's like, "There's no videos of it. There's no videos of me getting a stand."
No, but it's the policy. Oh, you're talking about when he was talking. Like, okay,
I'm just saying he said stuff like that, and it's like, okay, so why should I believe you that you even gave that speech if there's no record of it or anything like this? You're just telling me to believe you.
That's what he's saying, Mike.
It's fair.
That's what he's saying. He's saying I am not getting my due fucking glory.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Okay, and then he just like said stuff, and I'm like. He's just like saying all these words, and I'm like, I don't even understand what you're talking about.
He's like, what do you guys know about black holes? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're talking about shoes.
Did you watch, Sean? Did you watch?
And then Dan, the guitar thing. Joe Rogan had to like, he's like playing his guitar, and Joe Rogan's like, how long have you been playing for? And Eric's like, and then Joe's like, come on, man, how long? He's like, well, since 15. And it's like, come on, you fucking asshole.
He did try to make it seem like he only been playing for like a year or something.
Yeah,
he's been playing for a short amount of time.
And his beautiful mind showed him how to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting fed up.
He feels the notes.
And then the whole Tim Dillon thing, I was following like the Tim Dillon thing, and he was like getting. When all that was going down, and he was getting all like serious, and it's like, dude, come on.
I mean, dude, there's different temperaments, like different personalities, like they clash, like that happens, Like,
yeah, but Tim Dillon was like, when that was going on, he was like clearly making fun of him.
Okay, so you were there. Where's the video evidence, Mister?
No, I wasn't there. But I watched like videos on it on YouTube of it.
Well, because I think Eric Weinstein. Or Weinstein, however you say it, like sometimes, like he's a little bit on the spectrum. I don't think he doesn't really like, and you think he would be smart enough to like kind of suss this out, be like, you got to know who you're talking to, and what they're saying to you, and like you got to put that in the proper context. If you just kind of strip away who this person is and what their personality is and the type of things that they do, then it's going to come off as like mean spirited or not taking you seriously or whatever. Like that's just
I mean, yeah, it is going to happen, but it's like, who hasn't been offended and not realized they probably shouldn't have been offended? Like that's happened.
Yeah, but he didn't realize it, and he still doesn't realize it.
No, he does.
Even when that stupid fucking curly fat fuck had it explained to him. God.
Like when and it was pretty funny because that's what he was bringing up, and I think it was irritating him that Joe kept interrupting him. Listen, this is not a review of other podcasts, but
this is actually, let's bring up the video now. Let's watch it beat by beat. Actually, we'd probably get a ton of views if we did that.
Probably.
Actually, you know what? Our Animal Passions watch along is almost at 2,000 views.
Holy crap.
Like that's where it's at, boys. Like
we're
find some crazy internet videos and go fucking watch them and talk about them. But
I don't know. Dan, what do you think about him?
I agree that Brett is definitely more even keeled, like kind of like I feel I agree with Sean that I learned something when I listened to the two of them speak. They're really, you could tell they were teachers, they're really good at breaking shit down.
Yeah, they break it
so
down
that you understand. Yeah, so that you understand it. Brett definitely big ego. He's a big. You can tell there's a lot of ego there.
Eric, you mean?
What did I just say?
You said Brett.
Oh, my bad. Eric has definitely an ego. He's a control freak. Like, there's definitely, I feel that.
I feel like I wouldn't want him as a professor because he would just make me feel like a fucking idiot all the time.
Although
exactly.
I don't know why, like Joe Rogan, like, because I've been watching that for so long, and I remember when, like, the first time Eric Weinstein was on. I haven't watched the most recent one or whatever, but he was in super deferential to him, let him talk, like he was obviously like respected him. And as it's gone on, like it's like gets a little weird sometimes with Joe. It's just like, yeah, I guess they're friends. Like, yeah, I suppose.
But
it's like sometimes you're like, Joe, just shut the fuck up, dude. Just let him say what he's got to say. Like let him get out a full thought before you like interject with your low IQ assertions.
I don't know. I feel like Joe's a really good interviewer, and he may trip himself up sometimes.
Yeah, maybe when he's talking to fucking chumps like Demi Lovato. Okay, buddy?
No, I mean,
he's good.
He had Brian Green, whatever. I don't know. The fucking physics. I don't know what they're fucking called. The quantum mechanic guy on. I listened to that today because I go suntanning every day. Lay out in the sun, trying to become a little less pale. You know, I don't know. It seems like, I mean, okay, there are times, but he literally can't. It's so hard to understand what these guys are talking about. Sometimes you're like, what?
You got to pay attention. I mean, you really do have to you're
going to tell me you could sit in a room with a quantum mechanic physicist guy and have an articulate conversation?
No, you listen.
Right, but if you have questions that you don't understand what they're talking about because it's so over your head, why wouldn't you ask?
Of course you do. You ask, but you got to let what I'm saying in terms of the Eric Weinstein thing is like sometimes, I mean, I get what you're saying. They're friends now. There's kind of a familiarity there, so they have their relationship. But sometimes it's like, and this was, I would say, from like the last couple times, just like let him get out his thoughts and then go from there. Because it's like then it becomes hard as an audience member to follow what he's saying because you're constantly stopping and going on a tangent somewhere else, and you're like, okay, now can we come back to what he was saying before?
I guess I've never noticed that personally. So
yeah, okay.
I just never have felt like I've been in my the thought process has been interrupted too often. I'm not saying it's never happened. I mean, it's going to happen. The guy's got 1,000 episodes, 2,000 episodes almost now. He's like, what, 1,700?
I don't know.
It's crazy. He's up there. So I don't know. Eric Weinstein, I
can't do the Spotify thing. So I never see it anymore.
Why?
I just don't want to. It's too much work.
What do you mean? You don't have Spotify?
No, actually I don't. I don't actually have Spotify on any device.
There's a guy that uploads them all to YouTube. It's like JRE16. Really? Yeah, he like does it like all the time. It's like a JRE, like he just does it. I think he can only leave them up for like, they get taken down, but if you go right around the episode comes out, there is a YouTube channel that you just type in the JRE, the number, and
I went there one time and I watched like a Michael Malice one or something from a couple months ago. But I just forget about it. It's like one of those things that's like literally out of sight, out of mind. I completely like just forgot all about it. It's so weird.
Well, you just don't care about it.
Well, because it was a pretty consistent part of my like media diet for years.
You're living in a third world country. It's not on YouTube anymore.
Kind of. How could you do this to me, Joe Rogan?
Yeah, it doesn't really. The only problem, I don't know, does this happen to you, Mike? Because you listen to Joe Rogan on Spotify, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like you watch the video sometimes, like it'll be on, like you can like.
Yeah, not as to be honest with you, since he switched over to Spotify, I do listen to him, but just not as often.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fair.
I dropped quite a bit.
Yeah, I think I go on probably a couple times a week if I find someone interesting. I have a notification.
And normally I find it out from YouTube.
The clips. The clips.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they always post 3 clips at the same exact time.
Yep. Like do, and then the episode. Drop.
And if it's somebody interesting,
you'll go.
I'll do it.
Yeah. I think I would listen less. I do listen less. But not that. I would say I probably listen to 1 or 2 episodes a week. I think that would.
It's just like when you want people to adopt like a different platform they're not accustomed to. It's pretty normal. I mean, even just in a microcosm, like say we do like Zoobox Live and stuff, right? We're pretty consistent, like 10, 11, 12 viewers. Like we were getting there. We're building an audience. Mm-hmm. Now we're over on D Live. It's like fucking 2 people if we're lucky. Because like asking people to go over to D Live, they're just like, nah, I don't want to. You're like, I understand, I get it, but like,
and I get it too. But I'm saying like if you give I think it's important to go and support and watch on there, just for me personally, because I'm like, that is really showing the platform can work, and Spotify might expand to having more people, maybe like a free version that you can upload your shit to, or
not when they're fucking taking episodes down in the background. We don't want to support that, dude.
They
YouTube didn't really do that.
YouTube demonetized him, which affected his pocket. Like,
did they actually fully demonetize him?
Yeah, he would get in trouble all the time for that shit. Most of his shit was not demonetized.
It was not monetized. Yeah. I don't know.
Or monetized, yeah.
I remember there would be like certain episodes or whatever, but he was so big though, he just makes a fucking phone call and he's like, "What's the deal?" And they're like, "Here, this is what he would get an answer. Like he would get an explanation. Most people don't.
Tell that to Steven Crowder.
No, but I'm saying Joe Rogan is like more than just like a YouTuber in that sense. Like he is a celebrity beyond what he does there.
Then why did he leave YouTube?
$100 million.
Well, it's not just that.
Yeah, that's why it was $100 million.
I don't know if it could be just that.
Why couldn't it be just that? It's $100 million.
Does he have to share his advertising money and shit?
Well, no, I think he was scared of censoring too. I think YouTube started to censor.
Like they couldn't censor. You couldn't play music. Like that's like a big reason.
Yeah, some of the videos and stuff.
YouTube, if they would have like left him alone and all those videos would have been monetized, he probably still would have made $50 million.
I think he was afraid of the censoring ship too, like having certain people on.
And he was running to that same problem. So
yeah.
Well, like I thought he thought that there was going to be greener pastures.
And the question is, like, what are they removing? Older episodes? Are they removing newer episodes? What are they removing?
Older episodes, stuff from the catalog.
So they're burning it out. All this controversial.
And what does Joe Rogan have to say?
Nothing.
Not really. Nothing.
I mean, honestly, the one statement he did said when we made this deal, they had mentioned to him there would be a few episodes they didn't want on Spotify, and he said, "Okay, I don't care." That's like a verbatim quote from him. But I think but at the time he was like, "But where will make them available other places?" Which I don't think they have.
I don't think they can because it's a licensing agreement. Like they probably
that's what part of the agreement was that the episodes that up front they didn't want like on Spotify, that he would be able to put them somewhere else. But I don't think that's ever happened.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, Joe Rogan's evil. He's an evil man. You guys have fallen under his spell. Yeah. But no, I don't know. I mean, dude, it's $100 million for 5 years.
Well, I would do the same thing as him.
It's 3 years.
It's only 3 years.
That's what I thought.
You could take that $100 million and just fucking bounce. I mean,
yeah, but wouldn't you guys do this? I would do the same thing if they wanted to take some old videos off.
Joe Rogan owes us nothing.
No,
he owes the people nothing. He built that podcast. He did it. Like people needed to go and support him, or it wouldn't have been as successful. But it's all him. Like he took all the risk.
Yeah, of course, I don't think anybody suggests otherwise. But
I mean, I definitely people have suggested like, oh fuck Joe Rogan for leaving YouTube, like fuck going behind a paywall. Like
this gives him. Well, it's not behind a paywall. You don't have to have Spotify Premium to watch Joe Rogan
or whatever,
Oh, but like no, but this also leaves open the possibility, like when his contract, whenever that's up with Spotify, they're gonna make a big event. It's gonna be a big thing. Joe Rogan coming back to YouTube.
He's like a free agent, dude.
Yeah, it'll be like a big deal. YouTube will have to like give him some money. Although, from what I understand, his audience has dropped pretty significantly. It's about 40% of what it was, if I'm not mistaken. I was reading something.
And that's
the other
And that's still insane.
Yeah, but that's a huge hit.
No, it was a very big hit in viewership. Just because people are not accustomed to using Spotify as a podcast platform. There are podcasts on there. It's just not what most people use it for.
And I'll tell you this much. It's kind of trash.
That's what I hear.
All the time, dude. Like I'll be in the shower thinking I'm safe. No ads. And then it just stops playing. And there is still ads on there. And it pisses me off.
He does his ads? He does his own ads.
Well, they're separate little segments, so.
Oh, really?
But you can skip through them. You have to slide through, like just quickly swipe your finger. But it is annoying if I'm paying for premium. Why even have those pop up? Yes, they're skippable, but why even show me those? Like it's annoying.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
To me. And then also it happened to us, John. Remember we were driving back we're going to or fro here, and like the video just stopped because we were watching on. It just like cut out. Just stopped.
and then it was like didn't start back where we left off either.
Yeah, we were like 10 minutes behind. It was
or
like
more than I think it was like we had to. I think it was like we went back to the beginning.
a considerable amount.
Yeah,
that's annoying. That shit's annoying as fuck. But hey, it is what it is. Big kind of breaking news. From today, from this afternoon, like it was like 5 o'clock. This got leaked, or not leaked, but reported. And they usually do this, report big news on a Friday, so that by Monday, news cycle of news comes in, and you forget about shit. It's a very common like media tactic or like political strategy. You post something on Friday, hey, this happened. Oh no, and then by Monday, everyone forgets. So the guy that's in charge of the border, like one of the dudes, like the guy that was in charge of coordination, he like resigned. He's like, I'm done.
Oh, I thought you were he was asked to resign, wasn't he, by Biden?
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. I heard he resigned, and now they're offering cash payments to illegal immigrants to stay in their country.
It's actually a woman.
How much?
I don't know, like 600 to 1,000. I was reading, I think.
Oh,
yeah. So White House's border coordinator Roberta S. Jacobson resigns as Biden struggles to contain the historic surge in migrants.
Yep.
Because now they're actually forced to report on it.
Well, the dude
so out of hand.
Do you know how many children? This is a record number. I believe this number is not exact. Guess how many children, unaccompanied? This is unaccompanied minors, entered the United States this month.
3,000.
18,000 unaccompanied minors. There is videos of kids. So what they do?
Yeah, they just leave them.
They'll just leave them because they don't need them anymore because they got through the border. And
it's actually heartbeaking. I saw a video of just like
the little kid in the yellow jacket, like thing.
Was the little boy out on the road?
Yeah, and like the CBP rolls
he's
up.
Like, they're like, and you can just tell that kid has never been. He's lost. He's scared. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And they just fucking left him. And they're like, "What happened? Where are the people? They just left me." Like, I can't even imagine, dude. Like that shit broke. They
use the kid in case they interact with CBP, the border patrol. So they interact, and this is our son, and then they get it let in, But the moment they cross the border, they don't need the kid anymore, so they just dump him in the Texas desert. They say, "Fuck you, we're out."
Wow, I seen kids getting dropped off the wall.
Oh yeah, they were like that was like a 4 and 6-year-old or something crazy, like 13-foot fall.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And now Biden's talking about restarting the wall, like building the wall, finishing parts.
Didn't they announced today that they're gonna like just give people cash payments not to come to the country?
Yep.
So what did they do? They opened the borders?
No. Everybody was under the assumption that like if Biden won the presidency, they would be given more lenience and easier access to the country if they just came, which is kind of what they implied. But now they're in a spot right now where there's too many. They can't deal with it all, so they're going to be shipping these people all around the country and just letting them go.
Dude, they are already putting people. So since it's the Department of Homeland Security, that's a federal organization, right? DHS. They have their own facilities in separate states. So like the state can't stop it from happening because it's federal grounds.
It's a federal building.
They're busing hundreds of these people into military installations, into new HHS facilities, all this crazy tents everywhere.
Not to Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida. Yes. Governor Ron DeSantis said there's nothing I can do. They are bringing them to. That's a federal facility. I cannot stop them because that is federal property. And, if they let them go into our state, we can figure something out. But I'm telling you, man, this is so awful. And then Biden is setting up that new committee or whatever to study expanding the Supreme Court for 180 days, which we know is going to fucking be bullshit. He's talking about he's going to sign 4 or 6 executive actions on gun control. He's just going to sign it.
Yeah.
No law. Like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen, dude, but I'm telling you, it's squirry. You expand the Supreme Court, can't trust it. It's become a political organization. That's how it's going to be viewed. Like,
well, that's what this part of this 180-day thing is. Like, basically, he wants them to come back with a result that the Supreme Court is partisan, so that he can justify adding members to the court. Like, that's what that investigation is about. Because they want to see, like, oh, is it partisan politics that is driving the decisions that are being made at the Supreme Court level? That's what he's doing, and they're going to go in there with a thesis, and they're just going to try to prove their thesis. They're not going to actually go and do an investigation. They're just going to be looking at scrutinizing things that don't go against like what the Biden administration would like deem okay or what they would want or whatever.
That kind of shit freaks me out, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you fuck with people's guns, shit could get bad. Shit could get interesting.
Well, what do you know what exactly some of the executive orders that he was going to sign?
Ghost guns. And that is a not a legal term, but it is a term. That's basically 3D printed guns. No serial numbers, like basically forcing people to put serial numbers on there. That's one thing I saw. He talked about it in the Rose Garden.
It was yesterday, yeah.
And like he literally it's so gross. He's like, anything I'm about to say is not going to be an impingement on your Second Amendment. While talking about literally doing just that right after, they have like it's pretty gross, man. I don't know how people are going to respond. I know Governor Abbott is already asking the legislature of Texas to make it a Second Amendment sanctuary, which will basically strip all laws. And like they want to get rid of all gun laws in Texas.
Wow.
But there's that Heller decision in DC. It's huge. From the 70s. That is going to come into play very soon. And now there's a new case from a guy in Hawaii who got arrested for open carrying in public. And he got arrested the whole nine. So he's all the way up to the Supreme Court right now. And that's going to be a big decision, because if the Supreme Court says a state can't regulate if you carry in public openly, because if anything, if you're carrying in public openly, and this is just me being a logical person, like if I wanted to harm somebody, I wouldn't be open displaying my weapon. I wouldn't be openly displaying it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. If I was going to be like trying to go murder people, I probably would be a little bit more inconspicuous about what I'm doing, you know?
Well, if you wanted to get away with that, but what if you were like a psycho?
Then they're going to be a psycho, and at least everyone has a gun.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like you know that's why Texas or even Wyoming, like gun robberies are super low, dude, because if you go to someone's house, they got a fucking gun. And do you want to take the chance? If you were like a bad guy? Hell no, dude. You see a guy go to Starbucks at 7 a.m. with an AK-47 and like 3 handguns on him. Like fucking loaded, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pretty funny. It's actually a real guy. That's a real dude. He does that. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the long-term effects are. I'm sure a lot of places will fight this. Like you said, Texas doing that. I mean, I don't know. What can you do to combat an executive order?
What do you mean? Don't fucking listen. It's easy.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, but eventually people will.
Legally speaking, what do you do to?
You sue them.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. It's just like right now, they like Florida is suing so that cruise ships can go on cruises. They're suing the government because the federal government has mandated that they can't.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it. That's how some stuff that they got Trump to stop, doing some of his things.
Yeah.
They sued him, and the court decided, that's bullshit. Can't do it. Like in Texas, just like because they were saying, you can't, like they were gonna make them do something. Like basically, the Biden said you can't deport anybody. That's what he said, right? Like that's what his thing. And the court came down and said, yeah, you can still deport people.
Because they can't tell a state what they can do with that kind of stuff.
The
federal government can't. It's not supposed to be able to. Usually, it's a backdoor thing because they'll leverage federal funds against what they want you to do, and a lot of times states capitulate because of funding. That's what happens, I think, pretty frequently.
Well, I would imagine there's at least some sort of standing and rule that, like, if the courts decide they can't hold back funding because a court decided something. Like that can't be right.
Well, because they don't know what I'm saying. It's not like a formal thing. It's just something that they kind of just do. They just kind of
it's like putting tariffs on the states, like like how they do to countries. Like they will. They're like we're not going to give you money for education.
I think it does. I feels like, I mean, I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but it seems like more of an unspoken thing where they're just like, well, we'll see what happens. I guess if you guys want to do that, I guess.
Yeah, Trump, like it's pretty common for the government to be like, if you don't, it was what state was it? There was a state years ago. I can't remember what it was, but I think it might have been California. Like they were threatening because they were doing legalization of marijuana that we're not going to give you money for funding for education, like stuff like that. Like it's happened for sure. But I don't know. So it's another fucked up day in the Biden presidency. That's all I know.
Yep, and nobody will cover it. Honestly, at all.
No,
I mean, like I can't even imagine if this happened on Trump's watch. Imagine if 18,000 unaccompanied minors.
Oh my goodness!
Like it would be like they would treat it like we were going through the Holocaust or something. It would be like this awful event.
They already did. They did it when it was like that bad before.
I know that, but I can't imagine what it would be with this situation. Like imagine.
No, but I love like how like I just want to talk to the dude who stars in The Mandalorian. I'm like, so how about them where's those memes? Where those memes
bruh?
about Nazi Germany and shit, like with your Holocaust shit? Okay? It's just like these guys, these people have no morals, no principles. They don't stand on anything. Like we got all these fucking Hollywood actors, like Demi Lovato going on Joe Rogan. I was like, you didn't even nail her, dude. No, you didn't even nail her.
I didn't watch. I watched like a couple of clips.
Why?
I was like,
why? What was she doing?
No, Demi Lovato is like this big fucking SJW. Half the time, like Joe Rogan, like complains about people like her, like almost constantly. And he did kind of go at her. No, I wouldn't say go at her, but he goes like, "What about Chris Pratt?" Like Chris Pratt gets shit on constantly for being a Christian and conservative, like a Christian guy.
I don't agree with that. That's awful.
Well, she's like, "Oh, he's such a nice guy. Have you ever like he's the funniest." Yeah, what?
Yeah, I love Parks.
But what does she do? What is she's into like?
She's outspoken about things like gender fluidity, like about not having gender reveal parties because they're oppressive. She's come out recently as non-binary. She's like, I'm part of the alphabet mafia now. She makes everything about herself. Like she's a narcissist.
I listen to it. I can see that.
Yeah, she's a narcissist. Like,
but like Joe Rogan is so afraid to scare. Like, this is why I don't get.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan, you're big stick, dude. You can fucking say whatever you want to people.
I think maybe he just doesn't want to be like confrontational, but
he doesn't want to get into it like that.
He'll do a Steven Crowder about marijuana though. He'll fucking get in that ass. You remember that? You remember that episode, dude? That is epic. No, he's like, "What are you doing, you little bitch? What are you scared?" Like, remember he's like. I was like, oh no.
The thing about that girl is when she's like, yeah, I called this girl a mean bitch and then she started bullying me. It's like, but you started like, when she was talking about how she got bullied?
I honestly didn't listen to it because
I listened to it.
It's a person that is like the architect of their own destruction and their own like bad behavior. And they've been through life experiences in the past few years where they know better now.
Well, it's like somebody like that. It's like her sticking heroin in her arm. Dad, why are you doing this to me? Why?
Because I remember back in the day, my wife and I used to watch like The Voice or something. She was like she was a judge on one of those contestant shows, one of those talent show things. Even back then, she was insufferable because she was just constantly talk about her sobriety and her fight with bulimia or whatever, and it was just every fucking opportunity to bring it up. Like somebody would come up, like you can have a cripple come up. You can have a cripple come up who's a beautiful opera singer, and she'd be like, "Wow, this really reminds me of my struggle." Like I also have problems. You're like, go fuck yourself, lady. It's so
that's how I felt too when I listened to her.
I just don't understand. Like if I respect Joe Rogan to the sense that like he knows how to like
it's a business. It's a business.
It's hard.
Well, you don't have to be a dick,
You don't. It's hard. It's hard. Like I wouldn't want to be like an a-hole to somebody.
No, because you want to give them enough room to just say their piece, let them.
What happens if they need to though? Like someone that needs to get like a public smackdown.
He used to be it depends on who he's talking to. I don't think Demi Lovato is not going to go hard on. Like,
well, he's definitely he's more like that with men.
No, with men, he's much more like upfront. But I even feel like even a lot of times he's become less confrontational with people that he doesn't really know. There was a time where he would like argue with like half the people on there, like half the people that would come on. They'd have some great argument.
I mean, he still argues.
Dude, I used to go back and watch that Brian Dunham one.
Oh, you talking about the guy that like when he says like a spreader of like lies or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
All-time favorite JRE episodes because they're just having a 4-hour argument about whether or not Joe Rogan is like a peddler of lies. And it's, and it's so funny. It's so hilarious. Also, the last time that Stefan Molyneux dude was on there, and he tries to like kind of tries to get him in a gotcha situation where he's like, "Are you a cult leader?" Like, anyways, it's a great episode. It's probably not. You probably can't see it anymore. See, you probably can't even see that.
But they can't. You know, Joe Rogan's gotten so big where he can't do that to like. If he starts doing that to people, people aren't going to want to come on like.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah. Don't come on like. But that's the thing. Who the fuck gives a shit about Demi Lovato?
No, but Dan, here's the thing too. Like Joe Rogan's doing that for money. Like he admits that. Like it's like a business for him. So he's got to be looking out for.
I get it. I mean, like, come on. You can't ask her. Like, you listen to the whole thing? Did you listen to the whole thing? Because I didn't.
Yes,
I want to know.
I listened to all of it.
So, like, did he confront her SJW ways?
No, I didn't know that though. I didn't know she was like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, did they talk about like how? No, like, you know,
they talked about her being into jujitsu, dude. Like, because everybody.
Yeah, no, they did not talk about that.
Is into jujitsu now. They all go on Joe Rogan. You know what? But I'll say this though: the worst episodes of Joe Rogan are the more famous the person is. They're boring. Yes. They talk about MMA and about some fucking meditation thing they're doing.
Aliens,
maybe if you're lucky. Like I remember watching the one was what's his name? The fucking guy from Fight Club, Edward Norton. One of the most boring episodes of JRA I've ever seen. Like it is so dead on arrival.
Actors are normally boring on there.
James Fox, boring. Robert Downey Jr., boring. Because those guys are not.
Jr. was fun.
They're not going to go into anything crazy. They're fucking. This is a career thing. They're there to promote whatever they're doing, and that's what they do. Like this is part of their press tour.
I like Robert Downey Jr. as one. I thought that was good. I think you're full of shit.
I would say that one's better than the other ones I mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, I like Robert Downey Jr. He's a man.
He
voted for Trump.
He's trying to vote for Trump.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Dude, he's a huge conservative.
Oh, he's a libertarian. Like
no, he's a conservative dude. He loves God. He's a Christian.
I don't think so.
He blesses himself with lobster butter. Thank you, JP.
No, but he was on JRE trying to hawk that fucking Doolittle movie. Now I know Mike loves that fucking movie.
Crap.
I'm telling you, dude. Like
I tried, Mike. In good faith, I tried, and I could not get past the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
No, like, Dan, you liked it. Stop.
Okay, I loved it.
Okay, I loved it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
No, I mean, but like that's with what Mike was saying. It's just like, it is. It's a business thing.
It's like a Joe Rogan review episode. We did it. We finally did it, boys.
But no, I think he's like so big now where he's got to be like he's making so much money.
Yeah, but okay. Do you think that he has to see certain people because of the Spotify deal?
No, but I think that he wants. What I mean? Again, I think that like for him, it's like he's trying to make as much money as he can, and he's made it in his head that he's not like going for the ultimate.
Well, because he's down in Austin trying to build like a comedy community. He's going to build a comedy club, and apparently they're building a studio for other podcasts and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah. So I think it's more for him like he's doing this to make like a shit ton of money, and the way to make a shit ton of money is to have people like that.
Well, I don't even think it's that. Like, in a sense, I get it, what you're saying. I think it's like, well, maybe her fans will come and listen to that episode and they'll stick around. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe. Like, that's also part of it.
Yeah. All he needs is he wants 40 million people to listen to that episode and hear the ads and get the ad revenue. Like, he doesn't even care if they stick around. Demi Lovato is a draw. I know she's not in our world that we understand, like, because we don't care about that, but she's fucking huge. Millions and millions of people follow and listen to Demi Lovato.
Yeah,
however,
like Maritza listened to it with me. That's why I listened to it because Maritza wanted to. We listened to it.
There you go. That's proof in the pudding right there. I mean, that's honestly that's what he's doing. That's the way to do that. I don't even think he gives a fuck if those people stick around. He just wants them to listen to that episode.
like everyone, I found really weird. Sean brought up in the beginning of the podcast, but Prince Philip died. That's his name, Prince Philip. That's his name. The second. I was literally like, who gives a fuck that Ghoul died? Like, honestly.
Yeah. How old was he?
Like 99.
Oh, fuck that. He's old enough to die.
Yeah, the kid. Like
he's lived a good life.
Well, I mean, he's with Queen Elizabeth. Is like they've been married for like 74 or 73 years. That's a long time. But like, how many kids did they rape during that time? I want to
think they actually did.
Listen, I don't know, Mike. You watched the 13th Circle or whatever, the Ninth
Circle.
Yeah, remember the whole island with all the kids?
Yeah, but was that them?
Yeah,
I thought they had knowledge of it. I thought they didn't do it. I thought they just knew it.
Came and selected children out of a lineup from like these orphan schools, and they left with them. Remember, it's on there.
I haven't seen it in a while. I remember that like they knew about it and they knew people around them were doing it, but maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it in like a long time.
Did they? Well, they did fucking know, and they were partaking. It's like
I didn't know they were partaking.
Like Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew.
Allegedly.
No, allegedly. They fucking nasty. What do they got to sue me?
You never know. People are litigious.
Litigious. Speak English, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Well, you can't assert something as fact like that. That's defamation.
No, it's not on a public figure. That's not true. Well, because you can't know because it has to be malicious in intent. I have to actually know that they did it. I believe it. I believe that they did it. So that's not defamation.
I think. Well, that's why you would end up in court to figure that out.
No, go read. No, it's called Times v. Sullivan. Look it up.
Yeah, I understand that, Dan. I'm just saying,
Sean, if they come after me,
they're coming. The crown's coming for you.
I hope they do. Because you know what? Fuck you, Philip. I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead. That we still live in a world where they think divine right exists in a fucking form of government. You guys in the UK are fucking morons. Fuck you.
I don't think most of the people there think that. That's just,
yes, they do.
They're clawing onto this old thing, this old bullshit. These old boomers. They love it.
Sean, I thought they don't even have that much influence anymore.
That's what they say, but they do.
They're political power. Mike, it's like
I don't know, Dan.
No, like Sean, I don't think you get it. Like they're acting like go on Twitter, go look at English. They're acting like the JFK died. Like that's what they're acting like.
Yeah, because that's
Morgan wrote this huge op-ed like. He was a good man. He was there the day the Japanese surrendered.
He was a World War II fighter. He actually fought.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. As Prince of England. Fuck out of here, my ass.
That's what they say. He was no schlub. And that's what, like, I've heard that from Americans, not from British people.
Okay. I don't buy it. I'm sorry.
But Dan, what if he actually did?
No, listen. What are you talking about? He was
what if he actually did?
He was a part of the Navy, for one. Okay. I don't know if you know what the Navy does, but they're basically on fucking ships.
Yeah, but he wasn't royalty. He married into royalty.
No, he is royalty.
No, he married into royalty.
No.
Yes.
Michael.
Sean, isn't that correct?
Are all bloodless. They're like blood people everywhere. He's somewhere.
Yes, he was from a high family, like a Dutch family or whatever, like a duke. But he wasn't.
But that's
royalty. He wasn't like the
Duke of Edinburgh.
Royalty.
Yeah, that is royalty, Michael. Yes, it is. Being a duke is
but it's a
title. You have a title. How's that not royalty?
Well, it is.
Yeah, but you're not part of the royal family until you married into the royal family.
You're adjacent to royalty. Let's say.
Yeah,
like you know how Asian people are adjacent to white people, to whiteness. It's kind of like that.
No, but I guess you could say it's like, hey, the fucking the daughter of some guy at the Federal Reserve married some dude's son who worked for Goldman Sachs. Like, I'm sorry, there's just not that big enough a separation. This guy was not like these people. Mike, these people didn't do normal people shit. Okay, they weren't living in the slums. This guy was a commander, like some sort of lieutenant. Like he did not go down. He wasn't like fucking Franklin Delano Roosevelt, like in Texas in the plains, like shooting at Indians, like fucking people up.
He could have been. I have a funny thing though. I was in the gas station, right? And there's a lady in front of me. She's talking to the sales clerk, and they like know each other. And it's like a small town. The guy's like, they're talking about the coronavirus, and the clerk's like, came from China. And I was like, whoa, man, you can't say that. You can get arrested for that. And the lady turns around and she's like, "Are you serious?"
Mike is QAnon. Mike is probably the dude that inspired some dude in QAnon. I heard Trump's got a guy working for somebody.
And I was like, no. I was like, I'm joking. And they both thought I was serious.
I'm rolling on Delta 8. Don't mind me.
I'm here to get some Yahoo or Yoo-hoo, excuse me, some Yoo-hoo and some gummy bears. I'll be out.
You bitch.
But that's kind of scary though, that people would actually think like that. Like I was serious.
Well,
like that could be real.
Well, we feel like it could be real. We feel like that's what I mean. Could be very much like incoming. I mean, Mike, you look at these other countries, they're like 10 years in the future of America, like 10, 20 years. Like, we're going to be having people show up at your house because of hate speech on Facebook or whatever. Like, it'll happen. It'll happen here. Give it time.
Like just even talking and saying it's from China. When I said, hey, you can't say that. I said, you could end up in jail for saying that. And like, they thought I was serious. But I was just messing with them.
Yeah. I mean, I bet.
And I was on Delta 8.
Yeah.
You should have just been like, hold on, guys. I got to take a call. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Not. Oh, yes, police. We have someone using hate speech.
Mr. Biden, I have him. I found him.
What color are they? Black? Let them go. Okay.
Dan, whole gallon gone.
For one day?
Yep.
Getting it, man. It looks good. Your hair looks good. Everything looks good.
1 gallon. This is olive oil in my hair.
It works, dude. It looks clean though. Like, it's a clean look. You know, you brush it a little bit, probably be, even better. But it is what it is. You know. Are you gonna put olive oil in your hair when you like your wedding and stuff?
Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Dan, there's no difference between all, like, that's what people use, like, olive oil is great for your skin and hair. It's good for you.
I don't disagree. I
think Mike's like, listen, I got a baby wading pool out back. It's just got olive oil in it. We clean it out once a week. It's great. Just kind of roll in it. Beautiful skin, beautiful shine, beautiful sheen.
No, olive oil will kind of like protect you from the sun too. It's kind of like a natural. It's not gonna like do what sunscreen does, but it will.
I've been laying out every day, dude, for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just getting that fucking those rays, man. It's good for you, man.
Man, you're getting vitamin D.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting tan. Like I know you can't tell right now. It's light. It's blinding. I'm telling you, if I
vitamin D,
if I pull down my shorts, look at the difference. Right?
Look at this pervert. He just wants to do this. He doesn't even care. It's not even a tan line there. Not really.
Really?
The light's kind of weird because the beam of light's shining like right on your buttocks.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Hold on. Just maybe pull out your cock, and we'll have a better view.
I'm telling you, look. I'm telling you, man, it's been working. Okay.
Well, yeah. If you lay out in the sun, you get tan. Yeah, that's how it works.
You get some tanning oil.
I might have to go to Walmart and pick some up.
Yeah.
This is my last week at home, and then I gotta fucking.
And then make a video of it, of you rubbing.
Okay, it's just whatever you want, Mike. Whatever gets you off, man. Mike's high on Delta Hate. Yes, lather it up.
Oh, dude, you fucking listening to that Caribbean Queen song? Oh, it's so cool, dude. Oh, actually, no, Good Vibrations. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the theme song.
Good Vibrations.
I'll have to put that on the playlist for the wedding.
It's a tan sensation. Yeah. If it doesn't show up at the wedding, I'll be pretty disappointed. Honestly.
All right, I'm going to put it on.
Good Vibrations. Maybe throw in Caribbean Queen. I don't know.
Okay.
Are you excited, man? Are you ready for the wedding? It's only in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. But I just don't like everything always being on me. That's the only thing.
What do you mean? Why is it all on you?
No, I mean like all the attention. I don't really like that too much.
Oh, I hear you.
Come on. It's your one day.
No, I know, but I just don't like doing that, Dan.
Well, you better you better like it because it's your one day.
No, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be fun. But like some people really love that. Like I'm not like.
I agree. Honestly,
like birthdays totally agree. And shit. Like I just don't really like doing them.
I hope is your wedding a good balance of people like and don't know?
Yeah.
Like is it 50-50 about? Would you say?
It's probably like 40 I know, 60 I don't.
Yeah, that's fun.
See, I had like about 90-10. 90% of people I like did not know. Yeah. And it was sucked. because you feel obligated to do small talk, and you don't know who anybody is, and you're just talking to people over like just constantly.
Oh yeah.
It's like I don't want to talk to you. I don't know you.
Yeah. Well, most
Thank
of
you
the
for coming.
people,
Did you give me money?
most of the people I probably have met like one time at least.
Well, that's good. At least there's some.
Most, not all of them. Not all of them.
You'll be in the clear, dude. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
God bless you, man.
I'm just gonna be in my own world. I'm not gonna like worry about. Do I gotta like go around and talk to people? Is that like a thing?
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Just do your thing.
No, you don't have to do anything. But a lot of people will just come up to you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I don't like. That's why I don't like being at all.
But Ryan's wedding was not like that. Ryan,
like knew everybody.
But everybody was kind of smaller. Everybody knew each other for the most part.
There's probably 100 people there.
Probably a little under that.
Oh, at the after party,
there was 70, 80 people. Yeah,
60, 70.
But Ryan knew all those people.
I guess so. I think you'll be fine, man. Just go say hi, shake people's hands. You know. Oh yeah. I'll buy. We'll get you.
Should I pop a couple Delta 8s?
If you want, yeah.
You might want to, yeah.
Delta 8, man. Dude, Sean, what the fuck is this yawning shit? You've been this like
I'm fucking old man, dude. I'm tired, dude. I watched Cliffhanger today. It was exhausting.
Dude, I kind of want to. Is it on Amazon? You said,
dude, and you can watch it in 4K. So
I know.
It makes it better.
That was Sylvester Stallone.
Fuck yeah, it is, dude.
Like Ace Ventura, Pet 2. They recreated. He drops the raccoon. You remember that shit?
Yeah, it's how they open Ace Ventura 2 is a parody of Cliffhanger. Yeah. But like, I did not realize like how good it was. It's like actually legit like a great action movie from the early 90s.
You're getting dad taste though.
No, it's not, dude. No, I'm telling you, it is.
Richard Jewell, dude. It's an amazing movie. Like this is a great movie.
I thought Richard Jewell's okay. It's all right movie.
He gave it like an 8, dude. And
I didn't give it an 8. I don't know. Did I give it? I thought it was.
Try to give it a 9.
It executed on its goals. I thought pretty well.
Yeah, I want to watch a movie about a
Cliffhanger is just like a kind of a wild, crazy action movie that was way better than it has any right to be. Like
I'll watch it.
It should be fucking stupid. You should be rolling your eyes, but you're like, dude, this works. This works. I don't know.
I'm gonna watch that. That's what I'm doing.
Perfect chemistry.
Take 2 or 3 Delta 8s, and I'm gonna have a ride. That's what I'm
I don't have any more, but I'm gonna watch it.
I would check out.
Why don't you order some of the koi shit if you can?
I'm gonna go on and order some.
Or Mike, if you want, I can order some for your fucking like it's a wedding gift.
No, I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'll get it. Because Dan, that's like 3 weeks away.
Yeah, but I was so you're saying it would be too early. Okay. But if I gave you like $200 worth, like that would be like pretty legit. I'll last you a minute.
Oh yeah, don't do that, Dan. That's way too much. Don't call me that much.
I'm gonna bring some Delta, dude.
Bring some Delta. Yeah, bring some Delta, but don't go $200.
I mean, I can bring fucking some shit. I found a plug here. You know what I'm saying? I found a plug now. Unfortunately, it was all through jiu-jitsu. If I would have just went to jiu-jitsu earlier, Ryan would have been happy when he came down.
Okay.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, I found a plug. It's always nice, you know. Like I guess they got guys that go to like Colorado.
Yeah.
Like, they up, you know. Boop, boop, boop. They fucking rip down.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
So Dan's in jiu-jitsu now, Sean.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on Wednesday. But what do you think of
his journey?
Yeah. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's like
I'm gonna go on Joe Rogan. I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm big into jiu-jitsu.
Actually, yeah. So if the podcast ever takes off and we can get on Joe Rogan, we send Dan. Actually, you can send it to you. Like, we really like jiu-jitsu. Michael can get
we're blue belts
about some MMA bullshit.
Respectable.
But Dan, if it gets big enough and we're purple belts, that means we're serious.
Yeah, I do want to get up there, dude. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm just gonna take it day by day and enjoy it. You know,
it's fun. It's a fun time.
It is fun, dude. It's a good time. Everyone's fun. I kind of got into my
it's just fun hanging out with dudes. Like I just have all dudes that go to mine, so it's kind of fun.
Same here.
Yeah,
same here, dude.
I just like to roll around the floor with a bunch of dudes.
Well, but it's because you can be nasty, you can be gross,
my goodness,
you can like talk shit, like you can actually talk shit and not have to worry about someone getting like, oh no, you said pussy, or Yeah, you said fuck you, faggot. Like you say that shit. It's men, like men, hardworking American men coming in there, and we were like, what's that song by James Brown? Living in America or something like that. It's fucking great.
See what I thought? Go there. Living in America. It's from Rocky 4. Is that Rocky 4?
Yeah, dude. That's what Ryan told me to play with 100%.
Dan, your favorite Rocky movie of all time? Which one? Go.
Rocky 2.
Rocky 5. Sean, go.
Rocky 1. Rocky 5. What are you, fucking high?
Like, that is objectively literally almost made Stallone like quit acting. Like that's how bad that movie was.
Dan, listen, I watched that movie when I was a kid. I loved it. So it's just my favorite.
Well, I'm asking like you, have you not watched it since or something?
Like, no, I've watched it since. It's horrible, but it was just my favorite when I was a kid, and I just can't stop.
Like when you got the kid, he's like all mad, and he's like he becomes like the fucking angry kid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Awesome.
He's got the dumbass earring shit. And he's like walking around. He's like, you don't love me. You love him.
Well, that's true. That was it's a big thing. Rocky getting pulled back in, choosing this young fighter over the needs of his son.
No, but it's funny because the kid in like the span of a month or two, like goes from like, oh, I'm like proper to like a fucking hood rat, All
right, Dan. What about the part when they fight in the street at the end?
Okay, I'll give you that.
Come on, dude. That's one of the best fight scenes ever.
So trash. It's so awful.
I don't even know if that ranks in the top 5 of Rocky movie fights.
No, it doesn't. It's at the bottom, dude. Like it's like because there's 6 movies. It wouldn't even be on the top 5. Like it would be out. Like
technically,
I like it.
Could be left. That whole movie could be gone. Like Rocky 5 could have never happened, and you could have took a 10-minute beginning to explain Rocky's downfall in the beginning of 6. You would have.
Listen, I like Rocky 5.
And not to mention, makes no fucking sense. So Paulie fucking ruins their life, right? In the swipe of a pen, basically. Because he had power of attorney to some guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? That is ridiculous. It's called Lawyers Rocky.
I know, but Rocky was always known to be like kind of like not the brightest.
Okay, no, but see, but they changed. Well, in 3 and 4 they changed that. But they did foreshadow it in 4 because they're like, dude, if you do this, you're gonna get brain damage. If you go in this fight, if you fight this Russian dude, you're gonna get brain damage. You shouldn't do it. Then he goes and he fights, but like he's handsome and he's wearing suits. Remember they got the robot at the house and shit. Like, so they kind of foreshadowed the idea.
To read, Sean. No, he learned to read.
Foreshadowed the idea that he's gonna be dumb again because they knew that even with just 3 and 4, they're like, this is getting a little crazy. Like we need to get back to the heart of Rocky. Like Sylvester Stallone is like, I want to play him as a big dummy again. And they're like, okay, I guess you have brain damage. And that's what he does in Rocky Balboa. It's kind of the same thing. Creed, which is probably the second best he's ever been in the Rocky movies, is actually Creed. He's excellent in Creed. But
and Dan, like all fighters lose their like that's like not all, but there was like a common theme where like big fighter, like big popular fighter boxers would go bankrupt.
Yeah, because they couldn't manage their money, or people ripped them off. A lot of times, just getting ripped off, especially when you get involved with those like crazy promoters and stuff like that. Happen pretty regularly. I mean, honestly, how many people are career fighters that actually like have like wealth accumulation and a legacy? Are we
talking about like top guys? Or are you talking about regular people?
Well, I mean,
most people don't make money.
I mean, yeah, most of them don't exactly. Like it's like that top 5% of people that are names.
Well, the ones now they're a lot smarter.
Well, yeah, because it's a business now. It's not
like Floyd Mayweather can't read, and that guy has $1 billion organization.
Floyd Dollar Bill Mayweather, or whatever they call him. Is that what they
call him?
But
how many of like the old ones?
What? Not like I know. I think it was Marvin Hagler. I'm pretty sure like was
Tyson's kind of like a Rocky.
Yeah, he kind of is. Honest, like like when he fight Roy Jones Jr., he won that shit. He fucking beat the shit.
Yeah, but didn't Tyson go through like a period where he's broke?
Yes, several times.
Dude, he's come back
and fucking fallen like 3 times.
Dude, do you know what they say? How much money he spent every day on average? Every day,
on
average, to lose the money he made, $300,000 a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's how much he would spend on average a day for like 20 years or whatever until he lost all his money or whatever.
Well, yeah, but he was also, if I'm not mistaken, like getting really ripped off by financial advisors and stuff.
I'm sure.
There's a documentary where it's just like a 90-minute conversation with Tyson called Tyson from like back in the mid 2000s or whatever, and I think he talks about it on there that he got kind of completely like just ripped off left and right, family, friends, financial advisors, everybody just taken.
Yeah, that's a problem.
The champ.
Wait, hotboxing with Mike Tyson is a pretty big.
Found his avenue. He's like, yeah, I smoke weed now, and everybody's like, fucking cool, dude. Hey, weren't you in The Hangover? Remember that tiger shit, man? That was
I don't think you. I mean, shit, dude. You can't deny the relevance and the importance of Mike Tyson. Like, he's still an icon, like sports icon. Like, there's.
Yeah, but he's also grown in notoriety with like a more general public.
If he never did those things, wouldn't have mattered. If he never did them, wouldn't have mattered.
I think that introduced him to a generation of people that otherwise might not be as familiar with him.
I'm sorry. Mike Tyson was the biggest fighter on the planet for like 15 years. Like, there is he was the
he went to jail in the fucking 90s, and then he bites Evander Holyfield. Like, it all goes downhill like in 1996.
Yeah, dude, he had been fighting since he was 15.
Yeah, so. I know.
Mike Tyson. I don't think you realize how big Mike Tyson was, though. Like, you're ignoring like he was big as Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm not denying those things. I'm saying, but when you reinvent yourself,
okay,
you
whatever.
Introduce yourself to a different audience that otherwise wouldn't be into boxing.
I disagree. I don't think anyone watched like fucking that shit and said, "I'm gonna go get into boxing now." I just don't know.
No, they don't. That's not what I'm saying. Like, it's not. Like,
I think he's saying that.
I don't even care. It doesn't matter. I just disagree. That's it. I just disagree.
Wow, why do you gotta fucking be like that, dude?
I'm just saying, I disagree. I disagree. Like, I just completely disagree.
I understand. I guess, yeah. You can say it over and over again. It's like it's not a crazy point to say like introduce him to a new audience, new generation of people. It was part of like the reinvention of Mike Tyson.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Both. Yeah.
I don't know. It just, to me, it's just
crazy fucking thing.
But hey,
I completely disagree with that. Like, Mike Tyson was Mike Tyson before that. Like, it didn't even matter that he was in that movie. Like, it made him like it's a funny thing, but
yeah, it brought him back into the cultural zeitgeist. He was kind of on the dustbin when 2004 when that movie came out.
Fair enough.
People were like, "Oh fuck, Mike Tyson's awesome."
I'm getting back into like these not super fights, but these celebrity fights. I kind of like them.
Are you talking about Jake Paul versus Ben Askren?
Yeah, and just some of the other ones that are gonna come. Like they're so stupid that I kind of like them.
I think that's why most people watch them. It's just like more of a curiosity, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
I know some of them are more skilled than others or whatever. Like I've heard that the Jake Paul isn't that who's the one that's the boxer? Is it Jake Paul?
Both of them, yeah. Jake
like
Paul
that he's like Paul. Like he's actually a pretty decent athlete as far as I've heard.
Oh, they're both great athletes. There's no doubt Logan and Jake are both athletes. Like, I would not sit there like, listen, would Jake Paul be able to beat the shit out of me? Probably. Yeah, like 99% chance. I don't doubt that. But like an actual fighter, like a real boxer, no.
I was I think it was actually Joe Rogan. Who the hell was he talking to? I can't even remember why I saw this, but he was talking to somebody about them and how he was actually kind of impressed. He didn't expect them to actually be as good as they are.
Yeah, and these guys have never boxed before.
Yeah, and they're new to it. They don't have their technique is not, well refined and all that stuff. But it was
like Jake Paul can punch hard. There's no doubt Jake Paul can fucking catch you.
Yeah, well, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's got all the technique and all the speed and skill, but I don't know. I think Ben Askren's got it. That's just me.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with Ben Askren, but I'm just interested in who else they're going to make. Like, I don't know. But I want to see, this is what I want to see. I want to see the celebrity most of the time get the crap kicked out of them.
So you'd rather see Jake Paul get the crap kicked out of him here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would too, honestly.
Is the person he's fighting, is it like another YouTube celebrity or is it
Ben Askren, UFC fighter. MMA guy, but it's boxing only.
Yeah, okay. But Ben Askren's like a wrestler, doesn't grappler, like doesn't really box or do any striking. Like not like if you watch him strike, he looks really horrible.
Yeah, so
he's really, really good at taking people down and like submitting them.
Okay.
And beating the crap out of
them
on the ground.
It makes it competitive to people to go watch. Like it makes it interesting. You put him in
there.
Ben
Askren can like get the crap kicked out of him.
That's true too. But it's like if you put Nagano in the ring with like Jake Paul, like it'd be over. Like
but then their weights that's like way different.
Or something, you know? Like it would just be like ridiculous. Because he's probably a heavyweight, right? He probably weighs 200.
Yeah, 200, but he would be like John Jones weight or like Israel Adesanya, like 185 probably.
Yeah. Well, not Israel Adesanya.
He's 170. No, Israel Adesanya is 185.
He fights 170.
No,
doesn't he?
No,
he doesn't fight when he fights Kevin Gastelum. That's at 185.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, Israel Adesanya, dude. If Israel Adesanya was 170, he's fighting Kamaru Usman and like Colby Covington and stuff.
That's fair. I always thought like he was 170. He's such a skinny bastard. I always get wow, 180. What was that? Welterweight, right?
I don't know the weights like that. I just know what the weights are.
You just know the weight size.
They make no sense because like boxing's like way different, so it's kind of like messes you up.
Featherweight, ultra featherweight, whatever, or like lightweight. And fucking stupid.
But so, like MMA, like the lightweight is like different in boxing. It's like a whole different weight class.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know shit about it.
Do you guys follow boxing at all, or is it like I never hear about anything, almost nothing to do with boxing, like ever anymore.
They still make. What do you mean, Tyson Fury?
Well, boxing's big.
I mean, I'll still hear about like UFC matches, and I don't watch either. So I'm just saying, like, even for somebody who does not paying attention, not looking into it, I'll still see advertisements or whatever for whatever UFC fights going on. But I don't think I ever see boxing, or maybe I am seeing, and I just
boxing's getting more into like the UFC is a much better product, so boxing's going more to like super fights and then like these celebrity fights.
Yeah, like the exhibition matches, like Conor McGregor and stuff. Yeah,
they're because like people aren't following. I mean, there are really good boxers, but people just big ones.
You see Canelo, Triple G, or like these.
Yeah, but those are like super fights.
Yeah, those are the super fights. People are gonna go, and I don't know if it's ever not been that way. You know.
Yeah, but Dan, like when you watch UFC card, like people are logging in to watch like 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah, but you're going for the main event most of the time.
No, not most of the time. So
you would spend $70 on like someone that's on the main card. But not even
because I want to see like Sugar Sean O'Malley fight. I want to see
like the day you pay $70 for Sugar Sean that's not the main event, I will give you $70.
No, but Dan, I'm saying
that's crazy.
I'm saying that I'm logging in to see that and the main event as well.
Yes, but like you would never pay for a UFC pay-per-view unless the main event was awesome.
No, that's not true.
What main event have you paid for? Okay.
Well, I haven't paid for any, but I'm saying
for legal reasons.
But I'm saying that I would pay for like a co-main event if it was like if I wanted to see that fight. Like I've watched co-main events.
Oh, I hear you.
Okay, here's one. I wanted to watch Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz.
That's a championship fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was it wasn't the one above them was Tony Ferguson and fight. Justin Gaethje.
That would be considered somewhat a super fight.
Yeah, but it wasn't the main. It wasn't the main fight.
I understand that, Michael, but come on, you know what I mean. You're not paying to see a nobody.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that people aren't just paying to see one fight in the UFC. There's normally like 3 or 4 really good fights that people want to see.
No, there definitely are, but for me personally, if the main card has to be worth it, the main event has to be worth it. I have to go in there thinking this is an interesting fight. I want to see this. Like when I paid for Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz. I think Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan were on there, and
that was like awesome. That's what I'm saying.
That was a bomb card for sure. But I really wanted to see. I wanted to see Adesanya for sure, like versus Blachowicz.
Yeah, but you didn't want to see Peter Yan versus Aljamain.
I mean, I did. It was like a bonus, you know. Like if I the Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3, I'm buying it for that fight. That's the only reason I'm.
Yeah, but that's way different. Conor McGregor's way different.
Okay, now we're picking and choosing, you know?
No,
okay.
because Dan, Conor McGregor's its own thing. Like you can't throw him in with everybody else.
I want to pay to see Usman versus Masvidal. I'm
okay.
going to pay
Okay, Dan, let me ask something.
The undercard.
All right, Dan. Let's do this. Let's say, would you pay just to see Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz?
No. Definitely not. I don't find them interesting. Dominic Cruz had been out for a long time. Henry Cejudo was the champion, and I just didn't see. Like, I personally don't find Cejudo to be.
What do you mean? He's dominant.
Like, I mean, he's fine. I like Demetrius Johnson more as an entertainer, but I didn't really care. Like, honestly, that fight didn't mean much to me. There's a reason, Michael, that was not the main event, and you have to recognize that.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is,
I would not. Personally.
Yeah, he has just a deeper, broader interest in like some of the smaller fighters because you never know, they could be the big people tomorrow. And
no, but my point is, Sean, is that like these guys are huge too.
Yeah, they're big.
Like Henry Cejudo is just as much as his draw as Tony fucking Ferguson or Justin Gaethje.
For me, he's not.
Well, not for you, but I'm saying for like the general people.
I mean, you could be right, but I'm not paying unless I want to see the main event. Like, unless the main event is Amanda Nunes and the underneath that is like an amazing fight, then I will like start looking. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being like, I love it when there's a good card. Like I can see a good card when I see one, but if I really want to see the main event, I will pay. Like on Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier, you're probably going to see some kind of shitty stuff on the main card.
Oh, no. They're going to make that stack.
So?
Dan, okay. I would have paid to see Michael Chandler versus Dan Hooker. Even if Conor McGregor wasn't there. That's like an excellent fight to watch.
It is. I'm not paying for it.
Are you going to pay for Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira?
Oliveira?
Yeah.
Probably not.
What are you talking about, Dan?
I'm not. I like the super. I'm not like a hardcore UFC guy. You know, I like watching the fights the next day and the clips. But if I'm gonna pay for a fight, I have to want to see the main event.
That's gonna be like, okay, if you like good fights, like just pure good fights, like you better watch that fight.
Yeah, and I'm not paying for it. I will. I'll sit it out. Like go on Twitter, dude, and you can just type in UFC 260 whatever, and you just see everything that comes in.
Okay. No, but I'm just talking about if you had endless amounts of money.
I am
a fake fan. He's telling you to go watch the highlights on Twitter. What a sick fuck.
I'm not about to spend money unless it's to like a real good fight, like a main event. I want to see the main event. That's why I'm
That is a main event.
I'm not saying it's not, but for me, that fight is gonna be probably really good because Michael Chandler and like that's gonna be a championship fight, right? Yeah. That is gonna be for the belt. That's awesome. That's cool. I don't know shit about Michael Chandler. I don't know. He's his second fight in the fucking division, and they're gonna give him.
Yeah, but Dan, he was like you. I just don't think you understand the history with him.
I understand he was a champion in Bellator, or wherever the hell he came from, or one.
No, Bellator. He came from Bellator.
Right. Like I knew he was a champion, but so was Ben Askren. So, and he got here. He came to the UFC and got fucking smashed. Like got fucking destroyed. I don't know. I don't know enough about him.
No, that was one knee, Dan.
Yeah, but he fucking retired his ass with that one knee.
Yeah, but he was injured. Like you can't take that into
then don't come to the UFC if you're fucking injured. Waste our goddamn time.
I'm just saying, Dan. Like anybody could get hit with one shot and be.
I know. I am not. Listen, am I in there getting killed? No, I'm not. But guess what? I pay to see you get killed. I can judge you. Okay, like I can tell you that you suck. At least that's as much as I get with my money.
My money into the machine, and now you have to listen to me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
And ESPN
boring
gotta get
fight.
on your ass.
Boring fight.
I would say most of the UFC cards are really good. They are really good at building good cards. Like they are talented at.
But that was my point: is that they build a card, not just one fight. Like boxing just builds one giant fight.
Yeah, and the undercard's like, who cares? You know. Agreed.
Yeah, agreed. Or even like the main card, it's like who cares? They just go off of like Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Yeah, it's not like Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje, Henry Cejudo, Dominic Cruz.
No, like there's definitely some great shit. Listen, I love watching the UFC. I don't like watching boxing unless it's Tyson Fury, which he's about to take on Joshua. So that's gonna be interesting. That's what the rumor is, anyway. But hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna go pee. If you guys want to wrap it up,
I gotta piss really bad.
You guys want to wrap it up?
We'll wrap it up right now. We'll wrap it up right now. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. This is Zoobox Podcast about nonsense, much of which you have just heard, and we'll talk to you guys next week. I think, hopefully, if we're still alive.
Hopefully.
Got a blast.
I don't drink too much water.
Got a blast. Got a fucking blast.
Yep.
Got a blast.